With training camp a little while away, we're going to talk about some of the biggest questions at positions or areas for the Chicago Bears heading into training camp that they still have to answer. We're also going to talk about Javon Dexter and how Justin Jones has gave a ringing endorsement for him and the Justin Fields, DJ Moore chemistry as well. We're going to get into all that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host here, Haize, but you can follow the channel if you want to at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform that we have. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, Javon Dexter had some glowing words and signs of endorsements coming from Justin Jones, who said this. I think he's got some really, really strong hands. I think he knows ball. I think he knows he's got a little bit to learn and how to use the size, like every bit of it. He's going to be a force in this league. I really do believe that. I haven't seen anything like him in a very long time. Now, Javon Dexter comes at a time where the Chicago Bears passed up on Jalen Carter, and, a lot of people have questions about that. Is that going to be a move that Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears end up regretting? And Javon Dexter and Zach Pickens, for that matter, are ready to answer that with a resounding, "Nah, we good." But ultimately, Javon Dexter and his development and how it comes along, it seems like they're going to bring him along solely. We fully expect Justin Jones and Andrew Billings to be the starters there on that defensive tackle position. But don't make no mistake about it, Javon Dexter and Zach Pickens, for that matter, are going to get a lot of time. They're going to get a lot of opportunities. They're going to get snaps. And especially probably in preseason, they're going to get even more to really take an extended look at these guys. But the fact of the matter is that we're hearing a lot of positives about a lot of the Bears rookies. But it brings me to this next topic. What are some of the biggest questions still remaining for the Chicago Bears to answer heading into training camp? Between training camp starting and the preseason ending, where are some of the biggest questions that we're going to have to answer, right? And the first one up, I want to talk about that defensive line. Is the defensive line going to be enough? That is one of the biggest questions that we should have right now for the Chicago Bears. We know we've made improvements there. DeMarcus Walker, what he's going to be, even Rasheem Green, and what he could possibly be for the Bears as well. But then you look at Zach Pickens, you look at Javon Dexter, you look at Travis Gibson. Is he going to benefit, as we think, from an improvement on that overall defensive line? The defensive line and their ability to get pressure on the quarterback. I'm not even going to say sacks right now. To get pressure on the QB is one of the biggest question marks left for the Chicago Bears. It's why you hear so many people ask, are the Bears going to go after a veteran edge? Is that something they're going to look to acquire during this time? Is because the defensive line, while improved, I want to be clear here, on paper, it is already improved. But how it comes together when the pads are on is going to be the biggest question. And I think that's going to be one thing that we look at a lot for the Chicago Bears coming into training camp and the preseason, right? How does that defensive line perform? What combination of the defensive line gets you the best results, right? There's going to be so much built around trying to find that perfect combination, that right makeup on that defensive line to where we get to the quarterback more than what we did last season. We were the lowest in the league in sacks, lowest in the league in QB pressures. I want to focus on the pressure first. Let's get pressure on the quarterback. And if we get that pressure, sacks are going to come. And I do think that, I've said it before. I've talked about it. I've explained it. With Matt Eberflus's system, the 3-tech is probably more important than the defensive end. And now, looking at this, what we've got, trying Zach Pickens, Javon Dexter, each at the 3-tech, if these guys come along fast and quick for the Chicago Bears, we're probably going to get that answer. But also, like I said, Travis Gibson, Dominique Robinson, Walker, how do these guys perform out on the edge as well? We need pressure from the edge. We need to be able to contain the running game and the quarterback. Can we do that now? That's going to be the question. That's going to be one of the biggest things that I'm looking for in my evaluation during the preseason. My evaluation may not mean shit, but I'll be evaluating it nonetheless. All right, next up, though, is the wide receiver core. How does the core come together? Not DJ Moore. We're not worried about DJ Moore. Do we know what DJ Moore is going to bring? Nicholas Morano already talked about, the chemistry between Justin Fields and DJ Moore, saying this. What's really been impressive with Justin Fields thus far is how quickly the chemistry with DJ Moore has come along. It's been in really short amount of time, and you see it with the different types of throws that Justin Fields has been trying in OTAs and minicamp. So we trust that the DJ Moore, Justin Fields connection is going to be there. But we have questions with the other two wide receivers in that starting lineup. Chase Claypool, is he mentally going to be in the game? Is he going to be able to avoid that soft tissue injury and be able to be a productive member of that wide receiver core, right? Consistently. Darnell Mooney, now going back to a more natural position for him. How does Darnell Mooney, does he bounce back from last season as far as staying healthy as well and build off the chemistry he already has with Justin Fields? That wide receiver core and overall the weapons in Justin Fields' development is going to be a huge question as well that we're going to look for in training camp also. Also, what other wide receiver steps up, right? Is it Tyler Scott, right? Does he step up hugely? Does Velus Jones actually show himself to be a usable weapon in that wide receiver core? Dante Pettis, right? We've heard some good and some bad with Pettis in training camp. In OTAs, how does he come along, right? So the wide receiver core, how it hits the ground running, that's going to be another big thing that we watch as well. But the other weapons, Cole Kmet, is he ready to build off what was a career year for himself, right? Does Cole Kmet do what I think that he can do and really just show up as one of the better tight ends in the league, right? And then, of course, we got questions on that offensive line. Did we do enough? Is the youth on that offensive line going to be able to develop quick enough to protect Justin Fields so then we can see the development that we want to see from our QB1, right? Those are some questions as well. The secondary, right? The depth of the cornerback position. Is Justin Jones? Is Tyreek Stevenson? Is Kyler Gordon? Are they going to be enough? And then the players playing behind them, can we get Kendall Vardor off the goddamn team? Side note, that's a personal thing. I hate Kendall Vardor. But regardless, how does that secondary stand up? Do we stay healthy? And while I don't think it's a question as far as is the talent there, that linebacking core, does it come together the way that we think it's going to come together? Is Noah Sewell going to supplant Jack Sanborn as the Sam linebacker, right? So many questions in regards to those things as well. While there's a lot of positivity around the Bears, rightfully so, you guys know I am amped for this season, and I think we're in store for one of the better seasons on both sides of the ball for the Chicago Bears, but we still have those questions coming in to training camp, and hopefully we find those answers for them as well. Listen, at the end of the day, it's this. No, the Bears aren't going to be a team that's projected, picked, or whatever to do a lot. It's just not going to. Until we show it on the football field. We were a 3-14 team last season. And we have so many areas of development, even with some key pieces that still have shown some things, right? We still got questions around Justin Fields, right? We have faith there. I have faith there of Justin Fields' ability as a thrower, but he's going to have to show and prove for the Bears to have that success. Luke Getsy as a play caller, right? I'm always going to bring up Luke Getsy and talking about the development of this team because how he grows as a play caller, how he grows as an offensive coordinator is directly correlated with the success of the team, of the pieces that we have. How does he utilize those weapons better, right? Like I said, we got questions still. And while it's been a lot of sunshine and rainbows heading right now, coming out of minicamp, coming out of OTAs, hearing good things about Justin Fields' leadership, Tremaine Edmonds saying the right things, everything. When the pads are on and the lights are on, how do we perform? How quickly does this team overcome some of their shortcomings? How quickly does this team all get on the same page on both sides of the ball? The synergy between the defensive line and the secondary, the pass coverage and the pass rush is going to be one of the biggest sticking points as well coming into this season because we need more quarterback pressure. We need to defend the pass better. We need to do all those things. And so, listen, I'm very hopeful for this team. As you guys have known, I'm not a pessimistic Bears fan. I'm a pessimistic Bulls fan, but not when it comes to the Bears. I really think the world of the Chicago Bears right now. And also Tremaine Edmonds having glowing responses about Justin Fields, saying this about Fields. Obviously, his talent, his speed, his athleticism speaks for itself. Now, I'm able to see it every single day, not just to see how hard he works, to see the commitment. That's what you want to see from your quarterback. You know he's a leader. And for a player to come from the outside, coming into this team, and to see right away, and only OTAs, only minicamp, to see the leadership development from Justin Fields, that's what we want to see. Can Justin Fields? That's a question that's been going around. Can Justin Fields become the first Chicago Bears quarterback to pass 4,000 yards? Can he do it, right? Not to say necessarily this season. Can he do it eventually in his career? And this is going to be the first step to getting there. How Fields grows as a passer. I don't need to see 4,000 yards passing right now. Listen, I 2,700 yards passing, I'll take it. 2,700 yards with about 800 yards running, I'll take it. I ain't worried about it, right? But the way that Fields grows and the chemistry develops with him we go the way Justin Fields goes in a lot of ways. We got talent on the defensive end, and we'll ultimately see. But I'm going to throw you guys a question before we end the show today. Remember mailbag days tomorrow, so feel free to send in the mailbag to let us know how you feel. Which Chicago Bears rookie do you think has the biggest season for the Bears coming into next season? Do you think it's Javon Dexter? Do you think it's Darnell Wright, right? Do you think it's Tyler Scott on the off end? Do you think it's Tariq Stevenson, right? Who do you think, which one of the rookies do you think? Roschon Johnson, who we haven't talked a lot about as well, should have thrown that, honestly, in my questions coming into training camp, because who's going to come out with that running back one position? I know some people think Roschon Johnson has a chance. I think Roschon Johnson is definitely the long-term running back one. But again, I just had to throw that in there. Is it Roschon Johnson? Who do you think, which rookie has the biggest impact for the Chicago Bears in year one? Let me know what you guys think about that down below. That's my time for today. Make sure you're following the show at Shy Bear Central on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for our mailbag episodes. The number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related because of you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, Bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.